so fast, and I don't wanna take you traveling the world. But I can love you. Yeah, I'm gonna love you. I'll give you all of what I've got. The fancy finds, baby, I have not. Just gonna love you. Yeah, I'm gonna love you. I'm gonna love you, babe. Cross my heart and hope to die.
Welcome back, everybody. So today I'm taking a step back from the Harbor Freight testing for a second. The Harbor Freight guys are fans, and I'm not going to call nobody a fanboy because I think it's disrespectful. And you know where I come from, you don't call a man outside his name. So I'll be respectful to everybody if I can. As long as you respect me, I respect you back. And you know, I understand, you know, a guy likes a tool. You know, he wants his tool to be the best. He wants his purchase to be the best. But you know, I mean, if you're here because you think I'm going to just tell you every tool from Harbor Freight is the best, or every DeWalt is the best, or Milwaukee is the best, I'm not going to do that. I'd be lying to you if I told you that Harbor Freight had the best bang for your buck tools out of anybody ever, because it's not true. They don't. Every tool brand has their strengths and weaknesses. So with that being said, you know, today I'm going to test out this DeWalt hammer drill and this Milwaukee hammer drill. The DeWalt hammer drill is the DCD996. Now, this is actually a pretty good bargain. You know, that's why I said in my other video, the battery platform. When you invest in a cordless tool line, you're investing in that battery platform. You don't want to have to buy a kit every time you want a tool. So that's why you step your batteries up, you get a good amount of batteries, and then you can just purchase like bare tools. Like this bare tool hammer drill DeWalt, it's $129. That's a pretty good deal. I mean, if you already have the batteries, then you just pay $129 and you got you a pretty decent drill. These are really good drills. And the Milwaukee is 2804-22 was the kit that I got here. It come with two 5 amp hour batteries. Now, I didn't have a bunch of Milwaukee tools, but I'm actually, you know, I'm starting to like them. So I'm gonna, you know, I'm thinking about switching completely, but probably not completely, because I do like DeWalt. Particularly their 60 volt tools. I think they're really good. You know, like the grinder. This is probably the best cordless grinder that I've seen and used, and it's really powerful. I built this whole table right here, cut these pieces of sheet metal, grinded everything, just using that. If you haven't seen it, check it out. I'll put a link up top. Go check that out. It's just a basic table, but I did everything using just cordless tools. Drilled holes, cut, everything. But I'm also going to throw this 12 volt drill in. It really impressed me, and it's actually a hammer drill. Now it doesn't come with a handle, which the DeWalt and the 18 volt Milwaukee do. But I'll try to, you know, I don't expect this to hang with these, but I just want to see how it compares, because I was pretty impressed with it. And while we're on that subject, this giveaway I'm doing, where I was going to give away this Milwaukee or this Hercules back here. Now, I guess YouTube how I was going to do it is I was trying to develop a website and was going to try to have people enter. But I guess YouTube's like cracking down on people, you know, putting links in your description, sending people outside the platform. I'm not sure exactly what the whole deal is with that, but guess they could, you know, take your channel, give you strikes on your channel, take your channel off or whatever. So it's going to be a week or two longer. I need to figure out, I need to go about it a different way, but I'm still going to give it away somehow, some way. I'm just not sure how I'm going to do it yet. So just hang tight. I promise I'm a man of my word. So there's nothing, I'll give it away one way or the other. I'm not going to lie to anybody. And you know, let me just say this real quick. Now these tests I'm doing here, they're not scientific. They're not in a controlled environment. And, you know, everybody's going to have, you know, you could do the same test and you could come up with a different result. I'm just, you know, showing you what I got, doing the best I can, trying to give you my honest opinion. You know, I don't get paid for this. Nobody sends me a tool. I just do it for fun. And scientific tests and everything, they're cool, and you do learn a lot, and they are the most accurate tests, obviously. But, you know, when I buy a tool and I come out and use it, I don't take it in a laboratory or in a controlled environment. I take it and I use it on the job site, or I take it to my job and I use it where things are not controlled. Things are going to be different. So while the scientific tests are, you know, the most accurate and everything, but I'm trying to give you a real life scenario here and trying to show you if these tools are decent or not. In my opinion, I'm not trying to insult nobody. You know, I don't care which one of these tools wins. I don't care if the Hercules wins. I don't care if the Milwaukee wins. I don't care if the DeWalt wins. I want to see which one's better so that way I know where to invest my money. And that's why I'm showing you these videos. I'm trying to show you which one I think's better so you know where to invest your money. I'm not trying to sway you one way or the other because I could care less which tool company you decide to go with. I'm going to make up my own mind. Now, I like watching YouTube channels and watching people do reviews on tools. And so that way I can help make my decision. And that's why a lot of people watch these is they're interested in buying a tool. So they start searching because they don't want to just throw their money away. They start searching for channels, see reviews on them, check everything, and then they make their decision. So all I'm trying to do is just give you another tool to put in your belt before you go purchase this tool. So you don't just take my video as gospel. Don't just take this video as gospel, that video as gospel. Look at all of them and then make your decision. But with that being said, let's go over the specs on these. Start off with the DeWalt. It's a 20 volt max XR hammer drill with a 1/2 inch chuck. The part number is DCD996b. They claim to have a high efficiency brushless motor with 75% more runtime versus the 18 volt counterpart that they used to have. As I said, it has a heavy duty 1/2 inch ratcheting nitro carburized metal chuck with carbide inserts for superior gripping strength. A 3-mode LED that's up to 20 times brighter than previous models. LED spotlight mode features 20-minute shutoff function, which allows you to set this on and it won't go off, so that way you can use it as like a flashlight as well, which is a nice function. It has a 3-speed transmission, 820 watts of output, max output, a 360-degree swivel handle, comes with a 3-year limited warranty, 1 year of free service with a 90-day money-back guarantee. It has a 0 to 450 RPM speed in 1, a 0 to 1300 in 2, and a 0 to 2000 in 3. And it has 38,250 blows per minute. I'm going to be using a 5 amp hour battery. And a disclaimer, this battery is not new. So the Milwaukee battery is new. So if we'll factor that in. If it looks like the battery is a big deal, then I'll factor that in, and you know, we'll figure it out from there. Now there is a newer model to this. It's the DCD997, and it actually has Bluetooth similar to the one key that the Milwaukee has, but this Milwaukee, as we'll go to next, is not the drill with the one key. This is the Milwaukee M18 Fuel 1/2 inch hammer drill. They claim it's up to 1.5 inches shorter in length and up to 2 times faster speed under heavy load than other leading competitors. This has 1,200 inch-pounds of torque and is a total of 6.9 inches in length, has RedLink Plus intelligence which protects your tool from overheating and overloads. It has a 1/2 inch all-metal ratcheting chuck up to 32,000 blows per minute. In the low speed, it has 0 to 550 RPMs. In the high speed, 0 to 2,000 RPMs. And this tool comes with a 5-year limited warranty. The handle on the Milwaukee is fixed. You can either put it from on the right side or the left side, but unlike the DeWalt will rotate to wherever you want it at. But the handle on the Milwaukee is also around 3 inches longer than the handle on the DeWalt. And the Milwaukee's handle is also metal, where the DeWalt is all plastic except for the bolt that screws in. Now we'll look at the Milwaukee M12 hammer drill. This has a part number of 2504-22 for the kit that comes with the drill, a 4 amp hour battery, and a 2 amp hour battery, along with a 30-minute fast charger. This has a power state brushless motor, which they claim outperforms all leading competitors with constant power output, but yet runs cooler and quieter. This also has RedLink Plus intelligence, which will prevent overloading and keep the tool from overheating. This has a max of 350 inch-pounds of peak torque, blows per minute of 25,500, a 1/2 inch metal single sleeve ratcheting chuck. The speeds are from 0 to 450 in low and 0 to 1700 RPMs in high. It has a length of 7.75 inches and comes with a 5-year limited warranty. So as we see, this M12 has a lot less torque than these other two drills, and I don't expect it. It's not going to beat these drills, obviously. I was just impressed with this drill, and I just want to see how it stacks up in comparison, because these drills are for two totally different applications. This is a heavy drill. This is more of a lightweight, small drill. But let's take a look at it. I want to show you the size differences between these drills. So let's take a look at that. We look at the size difference. These are both, this is the M18, this is the 20 volt, but they have the same exact amount of battery in them. I don't know how they get away with calling these 20 volts, but they're actually 18 volts, but that's how they do it, I guess, to try to sell more tools. But these, look at the difference between this and this. This drill is approximately 1 7/8 inches smaller than this DeWalt. So if this has any type of similar power to this drill, being that size, that'd be pretty impressive. Compared to the 12 volt, this drill is only around 1/2 inch bigger. It is very similar. That is pretty, if this drill has a lot of power, being this compact, I'll be really amazed. Considering the size between a 18 volt and a 12 volt tool. And that's also why we was on the subject of the 18 volts. These aren't even 12 volts either. But so I'm interested to test this drill out. I'm interested to test all these drills out. I have used this drill. I have not used this drill before. And obviously I have used this one. But as I said before, I don't expect these drills to be pretty similar. I just want to see how it stacks up just for fun. Because this actually is a hammer drill, but there is no handle. For the first test, I'm going to put a 1/2 inch drill bit in each of these drills. And we're going to use a 2x4. And I'm going to just drill as many holes as I can. And we'll do 1 minute on the 1/2 inch drill bits, and then we'll compare the numbers. I'm going to start off with the M12. Now, the M12 has a 4 amp hour battery. The other two drills are going to have a 5 amp hour battery. So there is a big difference there as well. But as I said, this is just more for fun. I tried to match the other tools up as evenly as I could. But this here is just going to be for fun. They actually do sell a 6 amp hour battery in this platform as well that I will be purchasing real soon, because I'm definitely going to be using these 12 volt Milwaukees. I'm going to do all of them on speed 2 for this test. And I've got the timer set for 105. I'm not going to leave the timer where you can see it, but if you want to follow along, then it'd be easy just to watch the bottom. I'm not going to cheat. Like I said, I don't care which tool wins, so I'm not going to try to skew the results one way or the other, because it doesn't matter to me. I'm just doing this for my own purposes and to try to help you out. That's it. I'm not trying to force you one way or the other, because I don't get nothing for making you buy Milwaukee. I don't get nothing for making you buy Hercules. I don't get nothing for making you buy DeWalt. I get nothing. I'm going to be 100% honest with you, and I'm going to do the best tests I can and try to make them as even as I possibly can. So here we go. I'm going to hit the start button, and I'm going to drill this as fast as I possibly can on all of them, and we'll just see. There's going to be user error. Yes, there will be some user error, but you can factor that in your own decision. So here we go, hitting start. As soon as it hits 1 minute, I'm going to start drilling. Alright, that was 1 minute. Go back and count them. Here, now I slipped through a lot of them. I tried to make them as close as I possibly could, and there's a big knot here I tried to skip around, but I did hit it on one, so that did slow it down a little. Let's see if I can't figure out how many I drilled here. So 34 in 1 minute, that comes up to about 0.567 holes per second. As mentioned before, the DeWalt is a 3-speed, so we're going to do this on speed 3. And I got every one of them set on the drill setting as well. So I'm going to start our timer and I'll start drilling. Alright. Man, that tests your endurance. That seemed like a lot of holes. Let me try to get a count here. And as before, we'll verify. And I did slip through a couple holes as well with this. As I said though, there is going to be user error. I can't prevent that. Man, I come up with about 54 in a minute. So that's almost, I'm drilling 0.9 holes a second. So almost a hole a second. Pretty fast. As I said, these are gonna be a lot better than this 12 volt. But like I said, I was impressed with it. I just wanted to try it out. Now we're on an M18 Milwaukee. I probably should have showed you the battery on all of them. All right, let's drill these holes with the Milwaukee, see if it's any quicker. I don't see how it could get any quicker than that DeWalt. Let's go ahead, I'm gonna hit the start button. Well, I went to go start this, and on this Milwaukee, this trigger is really loose. And it was hard, it's hard to press in sometimes, like right there. If you pull and squeezing it and you pull down any, it makes it hard to start. So that may throw a monkey wrench in this whole test right here. We'll see if I can't get around it. Start the timer. Alright, that's the timer. Now that trigger, that has to be a manufacturing defect. There's no way that trigger should wobble that much. The DeWalt wobbles a little bit. But this here, I don't know if you can see it. It's hot. May have to take that back. See how many holes we had. I think I got around 56. I slipped through holes on all of them. So that was slightly more than a DeWalt, even with the trigger problem. 0.933 holes per second. So almost a hole a second. As I said, this is no definitive test. It's just for fun. You might be able to drill holes faster than me. We're just looking for any gaping holes here. So those tests were pretty much as expected. The DeWalt and the Milwaukee was pretty much, they were very similar. The Milwaukee did edge out the DeWalt, but I still can't get over this trigger. Maybe it'll loosen up. Maybe it'll loosen up. Might have been because it was new. I don't know. But they both did about double the amount that this could do, which you would expect. I would expect it. So let's move on to the next test. Next test, we're going to do spade bits, and we're going to drill into a 4x4 treated post. All right, for our next test, what I want to do is I'm going to go with 1-inch paddle bits, spade bits, whatever you want to call them. And I'm going to just use a stopwatch, and I'm going to just see how long it takes each drill to drill completely through to the bottom. And as I said, since these are self-feeding spade bits, as everybody wants to remind me, I'm going to just allow the drill to do the work, and I'll use 2 fingers on it and just apply very slight pressure. So we'll start here with the Milwaukee 12 volt fuel. Now I'm going to press start just so I can make sure I start them all evenly. I'm going to press start on my stopwatch and I'm going to start it at 5 seconds. So we'll deduct 5 seconds from whatever I come up with. All right, looked like it took it about 6 seconds. Next, we got the DeWalt. Took it about 3 seconds. And these are all still on speed 2. And speed, the highest speed, so I haven't done anything to the speed. I just want to see. I understand going at lower speed will help you with these, but these paddle bits up to 1 inch, you still should be able to run this high RPM. All right, now we're on the fuel. Pretty close to the DeWalt. They pretty much did the same thing, around 3 seconds. All right, now I went up to 1.25 inches. I'm gonna lower all of them down to their lowest setting, and we're gonna do the same thing again. We're gonna see how long it takes, or if it can get all the way through this. Starting off with the M12 fuel, going in the same order. Looked like it took it around 15 seconds. Same thing with the DeWalt, going to speed 1, reset. As I said, I'm not putting any pressure on these, just 2 fingers on the top, letting the drill and the bit do all the work. And start. Looked like a little bit over 10 seconds for the DeWalt. All right, hitting start. Like about exactly the same. All right, for this final test here, using this wood, I'm going to put a 3/4 spade bit in each of these drills, and I'm going to set the timer again, and I'm going to see how many holes I can drill top to bottom, just allowing the drill to do the work in high speed in 1 minute. We can see here the fuel was finally lost, 1 battery light. I'm going to start the timer, and I got it set for 105 once again, and I'll start at 1 minute. All right, there's the timer. It's looking like it made it. Trying to clean it out a little bit. It's looking like it almost made it through. So we'll call it 7/8. So we'll say this did 4 7/8 holes in 1 minute. And you've seen it shut down a number of times. All right, same thing with the DeWalt here. It's still on 3 battery bars. I'm gonna bump it up to 3, maybe. Yeah. Stuck for some reason. What the heck was that? All right, bump it up to 3. Gonna let the drill do all the work, and we're gonna start our timer now, and I'll go 5 seconds after it starts. That's the timer. Did pretty good. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 holes. Pretty impressive, if you ask me. Now we're on the M18. Still got 4 battery bars. Gonna start the timer, do the same exact thing. That was a timer. So the Milwaukee did 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. It did 9 holes. But I also did struggle pulling it back out of this hole, so you can take it how you want to take it. Like I said, there's going to be user error in this, no doubt about it. But it's pretty even, man. Really is. But I got a 1/2-inch Bosch concrete drill bit, and I'm gonna just try to drill a hole with this, see if it can drill it for one, and then we're gonna time it, see how long it takes both of them. I bought a bigger bit, but I'm unable to use it at this time because there's no need drilling into this. All right, I'm gonna do the same thing here. We're gonna start off with the M12. It's still on 3 bars. And I'll start the timer, and I'll begin at 5 seconds. it took about 11 seconds. Pretty good. As I said, I don't have a handle for the small drill, but since these come with a handle, I'm going to use the handles on the bigger ones. We're going to do the same thing. Start my timer. Like it took about the same amount of time. All right, going to do the same thing here with the DeWalt. I'm going to start my timer. Man, that thing is loud. Woo! Super loud. Took about the same amount of time. Well, you know, I could have did a lot more tests on these, and we could have pushed them to their max and seen what happens. But I'll just give you some initial impressions here. If you want to see some more tests on these, I could do that. I could push them even further if you want. But I just wanted to compare the two. And as you've seen, it was pretty similar. And I got to tell you, if you was on the fence about this 12 volt, this thing hung pretty good with these. The power output is not the same as these, obviously, but this is a smaller tool. This is a good drill. And like I said before, I mean, this is on Amazon for $154, and you get a 4 amp hour battery, a 2 amp hour battery, and a charger in a hard shell case. So that's a pretty good deal, in my opinion. That's a really good deal. DeWalt's 12 volt line is horrid. It really is. I mean, I look for some 12 volt drills to compare to this, and it will be a waste of my time and your time to try to compare that DeWalt 12 volt to this. It's a horrible line, and I'll show you something funny in another video. But so the Milwaukee 12 volt line is pretty impressive in my opinion. But if we talk about just these two drills here, I'll tell you which one I like, and I'll tell you why. But first, let's discuss the price of these, because to me, that's a big determining factor. I want performance, but I also want it at a good price. And I'm sure a lot of people are the same way. The price for the DeWalt bare tool, as I said, was $129, which is it's a really good deal. But the kit for the DeWalt, if we compare these two kits, in this kit you get the same exact thing. We're going to compare the same kits, 2 5 amp hour batteries, a charger, and a hard shell plastic case. The kit on the DeWalt at Lowe's is around $320. The kit for the Milwaukee is around $249. And on Amazon, this Milwaukee, where I got this from, you can get it for around $243. So that's a pretty good deal. So when I factor in everything, if I factor in the price, the warranty, the performance, I'm going to choose at this time, I'll pick this Milwaukee, and I'll tell you why, exactly why. First off, the handle that comes with it is a better handle, in my opinion. I like that it's longer. It's going to give you more control over the tool, and it's metal. This DeWalt is a hard plastic. I tell you what I like about the DeWalt better is the 360 handle, because there's going to be different times where you want different positions. This handle is either right or left. That's it. The compact size of this drill, we see this around 1 7/8 smaller than this. And it packs a punch. It packs a punch. It's almost the same size as this 12 volt, and it's got twice as much power. Maybe more than twice as much power, in my opinion. Another thing, this DeWalt is, when I was drilling that concrete, it is so loud. I'm talking 5 times as loud as either one of these tools drilling that concrete. I mean, it was so loud that it was hurting my ears. You would need earplugs to drill with this in concrete. So when factoring into everything, you have the 3-year warranty with this. You have a 1-year free service, 90 days money back guarantee, which I like. I do like that 90-day money back guarantee. And then with this, you have the 5-year limited warranty. So you do get a longer warranty with this. And the price, but when I factor in the price for the kit, the price that I can buy these batteries for, I'm starting to look into Milwaukee pretty good. I like DeWalt. I'm a big DeWalt fan. A lot of people don't like them, and I'm not sure why. They make quality tools. Now, if you look at their brush line, if you compare their brush line to anything, then I'm going to be quite honest with you here, it's garbage. But I don't look at brush tools. I look at brushless tools because of the power and because of the longevity. And I'd rather spend a little more today and be able to use this tool for anything I want to use it for than to go and try to save a few dollars and the tool have limitations and break down sooner. So it's just my preference to go with brushless tools. And it's the preference of anybody that's going to be using these tools professionally. Some people may not see much of a difference, but trust me, there is a humongous difference. And if you won't believe me, go back to my last video where I compared the Hercules, the 12-volt Hercules drill. I compared the Milwaukee 12-volt brush drill and the Milwaukee Fuel 12-volt brushless drill. And look at the performance difference just in that one case compared to the brush tool compared to this Fuel. And if you think there's not a difference and you see that evidence, then nobody's going to be able to change your mind at that point, I don't think. So all in all, at the end here, I'm going to pick this Milwaukee. The compact size, the handle length, the price, the power. It's overall a better drill than this, even though they're similar in performance. Now, if you like DeWalt, if you wanted, these are made in the USA, which is a great thing. And I know a lot of people give them slack because made in the USA with global materials. You're not going to be able to make a tool like this using all domestic materials. It's just not going to happen. Your best battery cells, Samsung, LG, what have you, they are foreign batteries. You'd be hard pressed to try to make this out of complete USA materials. So the fact that they do even manufacture it in the USA is a big plus in my opinion, and I appreciate that, and I appreciate DeWalt giving jobs to fellow Americans. But performance-wise, they're equal, but price-wise and the features of this drill, in my opinion, I got to pick the Milwaukee. But like I said, I mean, if you want to pick the DeWalt, then you pick the DeWalt. I'm just giving you my opinion. I'm not trying to sway you one way or the other. I don't care which drill you purchase. I really don't. I don't care if you like Harbor Freight drills. I don't care. That's your preference. And I congratulate you on finding a tool that you like. There's nothing else I can say about it. I'm just trying to help somebody that is looking into purchasing one of these drills and wants to decide which drill should I pick. Because I don't know about you, but every time I go to buy a drill, I look for reviews on it, or buy anything. When I bought this camera, I look for reviews on it. When I bought this microphone, I look for reviews on it because I want to see how it performs. And I don't just take one video, watch it, and say, oh yeah, I'm buying that drill. No, I'll watch multiple videos on these drills or on any product, and I'll draw a conclusion from that. So this is just something I'm trying to do. I hope you enjoyed it. If you guys haven't subscribed to this channel, man, I appreciate it if you subscribe to it. You hit the bell, like this video, dislike this video, whatever floats your boat. It's fine with me. But as I said about the giveaway, we're gonna give the drills away, or one of the drills away, but I have to figure out how now. YouTube's hamstringing me on this, so I may have to try to, I don't know if I can handle the comments like I did on my first giveaway. I just took people out of the comments, but back then I had 10 times as few subscribers and views, so I may not be able to handle making, I was going to try to use a third party to help me in this, but I'll figure it out. But it will happen, and it'll happen soon as I figure out what we're going to do. So that's going to be it here. You guys, if you're interested in purchasing either one of these drills, there's nothing wrong with either one of them. They're both quality drills. They're both made from good companies, in my opinion. So till next time, y'all take it easy.